I need access to a gym maybe or something, you know, because obviously you have to keep taking care of yourself, like that's the job, you know. But they didn't arrange that for me. They couldn't. I had to beg and beg and beg for them to give me a yoga mat until one of the people working for them gave me his like personal yoga mat from his house, you know, so I could do some like workouts over there. And then at the same time they were hounding me and like constantly just talking about my weight and my body all the time. I remember one time, like, they sent their representative to me and he just comes up to me and he starts pinching me in different places and he's like, oh, you need to lose weight here, you need to lose weight here. And like that, what am I supposed to say to that, you know, like that? It's so embarrassing and it makes you feel so small and so bad. And I understand, like, obviously I have to stay fit for the job, I have to stay in shape, but it's so difficult, like, when you don't have access to anything and you're just locked in a house basically all day long, you know? Like, what are you supposed to do? There were days at a time when nobody would message me from their team. They just kind of left me in that house. They just left me there. There were no events. They called me to Thailand. There were maybe 3 or 4 events. And I was there for a month. So what do you think I did? And like, everybody's asking me, why aren't you posting anything, Rachel? Why are there no updates from you? And I would just say, oh, I'm really bad at it, or I'm sorry, you know. But the truth is, what should I post? What should I post? That I'm sitting here in the house, like, there's nobody to take pictures of me, there's nothing to do, I'm just sitting here, I'm depressed, there's like nothing to do, like, you know, I mean, and nobody knew, and it was just a really, really, really difficult situation. I love Thailand, I love my Thai fans, but being there was so difficult for me. Just going from that environment to one day they'd say, okay, we're sending the car to pick you up for an event, and then you have to be ready, like, get ready, go on the red carpet, smile, and pretend everything is okay. And I never spoke with the team, I never spoke with Nawat or Teresa. We literally would meet on the red carpet and just smile and pretend like everything is okay, and like we're best friends, and they're Papa Nawat and Mommy Teresa and me, and we're just one happy family, you know. But the truth is, they don't know if I'm frankly alive or dead until we meet on the red carpet and smile for the cameras together. That's all they care about, is getting that picture. And it's just such a false narrative, because you guys are so sweet and you keep saying, oh, you look so happy together, you look so like they're really taking care of you, and like, it's just not the truth. And I kept pretending like everything is okay. I had to leave most of my stuff in the house, in my room. And you know, by the way, like, when I won, like, a penthouse was promised to me. Like, they showed me a penthouse and they're like, this is gonna be yours, you're gonna live here. But that wasn't the case. It was either the house or they offered to keep me in the same hotel, but I literally could not live in that small room anymore. It was like too much for me. There wasn't enough space, and it was too much, so I said I would rather like live in the house. And so I used to keep my cash there, like in my suitcase, hidden inside. And literally nobody came to the house. Only a cleaner would come one time in a week, maybe. And I had gone to some other province in Thailand for work. And when I came back, my money, I had around $1,700 with me, you know. And there was $1,000 missing. And it was just, like, I opened my pouch and my rupees were in there and my dollars, and like, I know how I left it, but when I opened it, it was all messy. It was in a different place, and I counted, and instead of $1,700, it was only $700, and so there was $1,000 missing. And I thought like maybe I moved it or something. I checked all my suitcases, I checked everything, and I realized like this wasn't an accident, you know, like somebody took the money, somebody came in the house while I was gone, maybe it wasn't locked, I don't know. And I messaged a representative and I said that, you know, this has happened and like it's okay, it's not a big deal, but just please look into it if you can, like please let me know if there's a solution. I didn't hear anything about it. A month later, I messaged again. I'm like, hi, is there any update? I was back in India by this time. And he's like, no, we're still investigating. I was like, okay. Another couple days or weeks, and I asked again. I'm like, what's the update, you know? No update on the money. And then eventually he sends me a message, which is like, you know, we can't prove that you had the money, so, you know, there's nothing that we can do. And I spoke to Teresa about it and I brought up this issue with her. And it's the moment I bring it up with her, like she starts attacking me and blaming me for it. And I understand, okay, it's my fault. Like I didn't lock my suitcase, okay, that's my fault. But I never imagined that something like this could happen on company property when I'm there and I'm their responsibility, you know? Like I'm not a contestant anymore, I'm their queen, and it's their job to take care of me and make sure I'm safe and my things are safe, you know? They can't just say, okay, like go live by yourself and take care of everything, you know? But she fully blamed me and she said, she's like, if you go to the police, there's no way you can prove it anyways, you know? And I was like, I'm not thinking of going to the police, you know, I just want you to just try and find out, like, if anything can be done, you know? But she just wanted to blame me and I realized in that moment that these people will never support me, you know? Like, okay, this was just money and it was just $1,000, which is still a lot, but if it were anything else, they won't support me, you know?